Where's our makeup person?
Okay, we're ready to go.
Are we rolling?
Dude, you're rolling.
Hey, we're rolling. Hey, welcome back to the we're at the O Cave. What do we call it? An O Cave? Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Look, let me start over again. We're gonna start over again. Okay. Hey, we're broadcasting from the secret O Cave somewhere in Oregon. We are Duck Therapy, Oregon Duck Therapy. Actually, we're back. I know some of you don't realize that we've ever been gone, but we want to just welcome you here that you can be back with us. And to introduce, first of all, before we go into what Duck Therapy and Oregon Duck Therapy is about, I want to introduce the three key players to this. We'll start out with Mark over here. He's one of our key players. Mark, tell a little about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Mark. I've been a Duck fan for ever since I was in diapers, and so far so good this season. We've got a couple little scares, but we've done okay and we've pulled through. So we're doing good so far.
3-0.
3-0,
baby. Okay, and Jeff, it's so great to have you. This is Jeff. Jeff, you've lost.
Nice to be back. Nice to be back. Get a little smaller.
Yeah, you
but,
are.
I didn't eat for the first two games. Finally, after beating up our little brother, as Cliff Harris would say, I'm a little bit bigger now.
Sorry. Look at that mouth.
Yeah, that's the only mouth I know bigger than mine.
Oh, Jeff, we're glad you're here with us. Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I am a truck driver, tuba player, and I'm a big Duck fan.
All righty. So I hear you are going to come in and see us a little bit.
Yes, I am.
Come on.
Here I am.
The real Jeff. This was just a pretend.
Yeah.
Look what he's got.
I would rather wear green than Halloween. Poor Benny. Look at Benny. You can't touch this. You can't touch. Oh, yeah. You remember that Civil War a couple weeks ago, Benny? Oh, yeah. Look at that. You can't touch this. Oh, yeah. I got you, bro. I got you.
All right. So this is Jeff, and he's a great guy, and so is Mark, and I'm Frank. I also am a Duck fan, as you can see, and we're excited to bring you some therapy with this channel for all the Duck games that are coming up. Yep. And I think it's going to be exciting. We were gone. We saw the Idaho game. I was at the Idaho game, by the way. And I know. After that was over, I needed some therapy, that's for sure. And our channel got knocked off because of me. I made the mistake of spamming the channel, which is a no-no, by the way, on YouTube. And so we got knocked off, so we're starting the channel again. I've learned my lesson. Spam gets you knocked out on YouTube, ma'am. Said it's not gonna, or man, whichever one you want to be. Okay, so, first of all, I know this is early to say this, but I would like all of us to like and subscribe to this channel. That would be awesome. And then make any comments, because I'll tell you what we're going to do. At the end of this video, we're going to do a giveaway. Well, actually, not this video. If you comment on this video, then if we get 20 comments, one of us is going to get a keychain of the retro, what's it called?
Robo-Duck.
Robo-Duck. The Robo-Duck. So if you want one, make a comment, and we will pick out of the 20, we'll pick one of them and send this to you. We'll get your email address, and then we'll go from there. All right? So, boy, we had a headache producing games this last, the first two games. Yeah, they weren't migraines. They weren't really bad migraines. They were just kind of headaches because our little brothers, the Beavers, came along and gave us the positive pill, right?
Yeah, our O-line got healthy.
Yeah, our O-line got
healthy. Our O-line, I mean, to be honest, if we give Dylan time, just a completely different team. We're very blessed that we only have really minimal vulnerabilities. Yeah, if you think about it. A lot of teams that are struggling right now may have it at wide receiver, may have it on defense, may have it on special teams, may have it at quarterback. Us, if we give protection, we're a completely different team.
Yeah, you know what? We're going to be singing a song at the end that kind of encourages the O-line. And Jeff here is going to lead us.
They talked me into this. I'm really not a singer.
Hang in there to the very end. You're going to want to hear this at the end.
If I had a mouthpiece, I would buzz it. They actually got me to sing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So don't tell nobody.
So stay to the end, and you'll find out. But you want to say anything about the OSU game? I mean,
well, I actually, what I found was really good was the second half where our O-line really did shore up. And it was really nice to see the Ducks run the ball so well again. Not only did Dylan have the long 54-yard run, but we had a number of Ducks that just did well. And we ran for 249 yards for the whole game, which has been our best as far as rushing goes.
Did you notice a big thing, too? Ducks don't celebrate first downs like the Beavers do.
No, we like to.
That's kind of Bush League, don't you think?
Is that true?
They do. Oh, my God, yeah, they do. The only other place I've been that does that is Cal Bears. They actually pipe in their student section, and they celebrate first downs.
They lost.
Well, I mean, it is what it is, but,
Who did they lose to?
Who in the heck, though? Huh?
Who did they lose to?
I don't watch the Bears. I don't either. But who would celebrate first downs?
Well, somebody that doesn't score a lot of touchdowns.
It must be
To celebrate something.
Anyway, what do you think about that? Do you think that people should be scoring first downs? If you do, write in the comments and then put something about that in there that you think, yes, hey, first downs are awesome, or, they shouldn't be celebrating that. We want to know what you think on that. So, OSU, of course, you said the line, Poncho, he's our center now, right?
Yeah.
Poncho? Yeah. And he did a great job.
Yeah.
Bitford didn't play, right?
No, he didn't.
But supposed to play this week?
He should be back this week. And
Need him?
yeah, we definitely need him. But, when we do give Dylan time, so far this season, he's thrown for 914 yards, 6 touchdowns, and he's got 84% completion.
Which is right there in the nation.
Well, it's number one in the nation.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big deal.
If he can keep this rolling, he would beat Bo Nix's record that he set last year of 77%. So,
Hey, by the way, shout out to Bo.
Shout out to Bo.
finally won.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay and Baker over there in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Which was like the Ducks beating the Beavers in Reeser.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Kind of the same thing, I think. Sorry about that, all you Beaver fans. But anyway.
Yeah, we don't want to bash the Beavers too much because, Halloween is coming up and that is their colors. So we don't want to bash our little brothers too much, as Cliff Harris would say. But we got to take the moment because it was only our last game. So we got to cherish this moment.
Yes, that's true. So how did you feel after the first game? Were you kind of like thinking, oh, man, we were kind of, and then BSU came along. We were wondering what was going to happen. We thought they were going to win, but then they kicked the field goal at the end, and they broke the curse.
Broke the curse. That is a big deal. It was a skeleton out of the closet that we saw.
But we did have.
I think it's a big deal.
There was a little disappointment that we didn't have a channel because I think Jeff had this whole thing about.
I did. I really,
boxing glove.
I had the boxing glove. I had Blunt's jersey. I had the picture of Blunt hitting that guy. I mean, I really. It wins a win on that. That was a big win. I really like that win.
Yeah,
Looking back on the season, now that our O-line's getting better, the first game, that was tough.
Actually, that was kind of frightening.
Yeah, it was frightening.
It really was.
So how do we feel about the Ducks now? If you feel good about them, you think they're going to, keep growing, getting better. One of the things that we have to just talk about, unfortunately, that's my brother over here, this isn't still in his ballpark yet, but Coach Lanny, come on. Tell us a little about your feelings towards him.
Lanny?
Yeah, Lanny. Coach Lanny. Coach Stan.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. Let's wait till after the Ohio State game, and then
if they win,
I think I'll tell you what. On a positive note, because he did study under Coach Saban, and he did study under Coach Smart, and I was trying to think to myself, where did he learn to riverboat gamble? I mean, where did he learn? And then I watched that Georgia game, and I'll be damned,
that's right.
He learned it from Coach Smart to literally go for it on your opponent's side, and if you don't make it, they're in field goal range. And I go, and there's no way Coach Saban would teach him that, and I don't think he did, but Coach Smart does do that.
Yeah.
So, I think if the Big Ten, it offers tight games. Yeah. They like playing that ball. In November, we're out there. It's going to be weather. It's going to be, I know we're doing better, so I'm optimistic. But I'm just saying, when it comes to a close game, I would prefer him not to riverboat it. I guess that's a better way to put it. Because especially when you're up, just punt it. Trust your defense. He's a defensive coach. He recruits great defenses. So when I see a coach that is going for it and they're up in the game and they're already, if they don't make it, the opposing team's in field goal range, it makes me feel like they don't trust their defense. I know if I was a defensive player on the sideline, that's the feeling I would have.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do the Lanny thing. Let's first see how we do against Ohio State.
I think it's the Lanning dance. And that, if he does good, you get to do the Lanning dance.
What do you call doing good?
Well, now,
All right, let's go to Mark.
I'll tell you what.
I'll
tell you what. That he did to Oregon State. Let me tell you. I'll tell you what, viewers. This is probably the biggest thing that irks me the most. Okay.
Okay.
How do you lose to the same? How do you lose to the same team three times?
I know.
Okay. So in my group, I got purple next to me, and if you all know what purple is, right? Remember Kenny Wheaton, pick 6? You all know what the dogs are, right? Okay. So this is the deal. I got to listen to purple the whole time. So to lose to the same team 3 times, I'm trying to figure out where you learn from your mistakes. So anyway, I'm not going to vent too much because we're 3-0. We got to move on forward.
Okay, you feel better?
Not really. Mark, what do you think?
well, I can say that I can honestly say that each game, as the Ducks have gotten better the team, so has Lanning's coaching.
Oh, wow. You shocked him on that one.
From the first game against Idaho, there was a number of mistakes, not just made by the team, but by the coaching staff.
Yeah.
And those mistakes got shrunk a little bit against Boise State. And then in the second half of the OSU game, he kind of just let the Ducks cook. And that's, I think, when we're in that position, the coaching is just needs to let them do their best.
So basically what he's saying is the second half of the Beaver game, they took away Lanny's headset.
Yes.
Is basically what he's saying.
Okay, part of this channel is, again, it's Oregon Duck Therapy. And the way I look at this channel is, have you ever been in a feather bed? Ever gotten in a huge feather bed and just laid there and you just feel so comfortable? Let's say you have a bad day. Okay, you go out there and you just...
It's not made out of duck feathers, though, is it?
So don't hurt. You're hurting his feelings. Chicken feathers.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm sorry. Well, they're still alive. He donates feathers. Okay. They fall off,
Okay.
They're comfortable. Right. So you have the big feather bed, and you're comfortable. You have a bad day, you get in the feather bed, you feel good. Or you have a good day, and you lay in the feather bed, and you celebrate, and you think about all the good times you had. Feather beds are great. And actually, maybe I should send one to Baylor. You think they would like a nice feather bed so they, after that Corolla, Colorado?
Yeah, they might need it.
Oh, yeah, forget that. We don't want to get into Colorado. Okay, but anyway, that's what this channel is for. It's for, like he vented, now he feels better. He talked about good things. This is what our channel is.
We have a lot of positive moving forward.
Therapy. So, okay. So, let's fluff up those feathers and get that bed comfortable so we can, each game that comes by, we can either celebrate it or maybe if we have to, whatever. Okay, so let's move on. How about the defense? Come on, let's celebrate some defense.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely have some shutdown corners, I think.
What's that? What's the guy? BOETTNER, whatever it is. He's a linebacker. Or what's his name? Boy, I can never pronounce his name. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but
heck of a game.
Yeah. Well, overall, I don't know.
Bassa?
No, Bassa played okay, but it's the other guy.
Yeah,
he's an Oregon native.
But overall, I mean,
Leitner or something.
We did very well. I mean, we held them. We held the Beavs to 172 yards passing.
Okay.
We held them right around 100 yards rushing. The defense, in all 3 of the last games, the defense actually has been the guys that have stepped up.
Yeah, and you cannot, that rushing thing against that Heisman candidate for Boise State, everybody's going to have to deal with him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see that
Yeah.
as a problem because he's just that good of a running back.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that the defense actually, I mean, they saved us for an Idaho game. They really kind of pulled out the Boise State game.
Special teams, too.
And they really showed up for the entire game of the OSU.
How about those defensive backs?
Well, no, I'm really up on that.
I like it.
And that's going to come. The thing about those defensive backs, that's going to come into play when you play in Ohio State. When you play, because Big Ten, I've been trying to watch that as much as I can now that we don't have a Pac-12 channel. Yeah. And the thing is, they really like that the clock, run, defense. They want their defense to turn the ball, get the turnovers and stuff, and score. You know what I mean? It's a different game, maybe other than Ohio State. Yeah. They really like that tight stuff. Time management, all that stuff. So that's something I'm wondering. Maybe the viewers, your input. It doesn't seem like a conference where you want to score in 2 minutes or less. It seems like you want a little bit more ball control because otherwise your defense is going to be on the field a lot, whether you win or lose. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're going to really push it. To do a lot of rushing first, play action. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so it's different than the Pac-12. Yeah, way different than the Pac-12.
That's true.
So
we like our defense. We like our special teams. We like our quarterback. We like our O-line now. It's just Lanning, right? Anyway, I like Lanning, so I'm all pro for that. But, we're going to play UCLA this week.
Yep.
Now,
we
UCLA, is this going to be another Beaver game?
So what do you think? I mean,
let Mark
go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So UCLA is a funny team this year because they have Deshaun Foster as their coach. They have Eric Bieniemy as their offensive coordinator. You would think between those two guys that your running of the ball would be exemplary.
Yeah.
But so far, UCLA has not showed that. Matter of fact, they are dead last in rushing the ball in the Big Ten.
Wow.
So, they're gonna depend more on their quarterback, Ethan Garbers. He had a fine game against LSU last week. He's not quite as accurate as other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to see, because of the Oregon defense all the way around, I think we're going to see some struggling happen on the UCLA offense.
Their coach has never been a head coach.
No.
And has never even been a coordinator. He's only been a position coach. He was a backs coach, I guess, or something. That's about it. So that's interesting. We'll see how long he lasts. But anyway. But you were going to say something.
Well, I mean,
we're going to move. No.
So for what I can see of them, it seems like they've got a first half in them, UCLA.
Okay.
And then the teams they play do halftime adjustments. And, it could be their locker room, what they have, as far as, athletes. But it seems like they can't make the adjustment or keep up with the halftime adjustment of their opposing team. That's what I see. So I think there's potential that for a quarter and a half, that game, we should be up on it. But I'm just saying it could be, not bad on the scoreboard.
I definitely
right.
See that. Yeah.
But there's just no way in heck though, if our O-line does what they do, the second half, it's just, to be honest, we got too much NIL money. It is what it is. I don't, you've got some stuff. And that's another thing, too. All these top teams that have great, alumni, they're able to round up NIL money. It's going to take several weeks for all those portal guys to gel. Mm-hmm. And so I foresee the top 8 in the nation. I foresee them getting better unless they're playing each other like Georgia and Alabama right now. That's, this weekend, that's a whole different deal. Right. But, it's like you got this all-star team through the portal, and they just, like in basketball, it takes a while for them to fit. But then once they fit and know their identity, right? I think it's going to be way more competitive as the season goes. But on that note, you take a UCLA, it's also going to be, or a Purdue, it's also going to be a story by a couple more weeks have and have nots.
Right.
100%. In fact, you're already seeing the Big Ten, the have-nots
starting
in the haves. You are.
Yep.
And you got Illinois at Penn State. Penn State's going to be one of the 3 teams projected with the Ducks and the Buckeyes to go to the playoffs. You're probably going to see a little bit of separation with Illinois now, even though they got a pretty good win, at Nebraska. Yeah. I think you're going to start seeing the cream in the Big Ten come up.
So this is kind of interesting to think about because would you like us to rate the Big Ten, at least the top 10 teams or something? Maybe if you do, put that in the comments. Who do you think is the best team in the Big Ten? Write that in the comment. Who do you think? I mean, we're all Duck fans. We want the Ducks to be, but who do you think is going to win the Big Ten Conference? Who's going to be in the championship game? I mean, it's going to be interesting. We're going to find out a lot at that Ohio State game, that's for sure. Well, maybe we should go to some predictions in for this game.
Sure.
What do you think? Should we start with Mark?
Sure.
What do you think?
Well, let me hold on.
Here,
Let's
you want to talk?
Well, I want to first see if a Bruin can actually move. You don't want to do any predictions, right? You don't want to do any predictions until you can see if the Bruin can move or not. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, I got you, bro. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Woo-hoo.
By the way, I want to say a shout out to my buddy Mark, who is my sister's husband, who's a big UCLA fan, who thinks I have gone to the dark side. Because I'll tell you, I was a UCLA fan back in the 70s and the 60s, but I moved to the green side. By the way, my mother's phrase is, if you're green inside, you're clean inside. So, Mark, you need to get clean, buddy.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
You have any shout-outs to anybody you want to say anything to?
No.
No, okay.
Well, I want to do a shout-out. If you guys are hungry before a home game,
There you go.
I recommend going to Rennie's Landing. They hand out these two you can put on your refrigerator. It's a great place to eat prior to a Duck game, and it's been there forever.
All right, so we're going to do some predictions here. Jeff, or Mark, I guess we're going Mark to you first.
Okay. I think, so Vegas odds right now has the Ducks up by 24.5 points.
Okay.
So I'm going to say the Ducks are going to win 42-14.
42-14. All right, so you're taking the points. And, yeah. Okay, Jeff.
I'm going to go 41-10.
Okay.
That's a little bit less than that first game when I predicted 72-6 against the Vandals.
We all looked.
I need to eat 5 pounds of potatoes, right? I ate crow on that one.
It's true. So I'm going to say 38, just because it's an away game, even though they did so well with the Beavers. 38-10 is what I was thinking of. So I'm a little bit below you and a little bit below that. So we'll see. What are we going to do if we
a pie in the face.
Pie in the face.
A pie in the face.
The guy that gets the worst score, pie in the face. What do you guys think? Think we should do that? Should we color it like green or blue? Put some...
As long as it's not orange or black, we're good.
Okay,
or
that's
purple.
fine,
Why do you got a purple chair in here? Dude, you want me to give you some dog biscuits? You want me to give you some dog biscuits?
I'm sitting on that.
Holy
Okay,
crap.
hey, I tried to cover
Oh,
it
you're an
last
LSU fan. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Okay, where was I? Where's my... I'm lost here. Okay, so Mark, hey, so if we're going to watch this game and we want to be comfort, we need some comfort food with the game. What should we eat watching this UCLA?
Well, I think for this game, it's for a perfect little take on some California food. I think we should do a pork slider on a Hawaiian sweet bun and top that with avocado and pineapple.
Maybe you need to bring one of those in for the winter.
Yeah, maybe, and with some fries on the side.
Damn.
And that sounds like
Really
a good,
sounds good.
Sounds like a good comfort food for going to be a great game.
Does that sound good?
We can name this. Is this
Oh, no, you can see it. Look at this. You want
Jeff
some?
Jr.?
You want some?
JJ. This is JJ, Jeff Jr.
Jeff Jr.
There you go.
There you go.
All righty. So, any surprises? I mean, we're going to close down here in a moment. We thank you for being with us. By the way, subscribe, like us. Please make comments because we're going to give this away. We have to have 20 comments from 20 different people, not one person doing 20 comments. Okay, you understand it? And if so, we're gonna contact you, get your email, or you email us. Actually, we'll let you know at OregonDuckTherapy@gmail.com. And what we'll do is we're going to give one of these away to one of the lucky 20. But it has to be 20 different people commenting, but only if we comment. If we don't get 20, we're not giving this away till next week, okay? Just to let you all know. But any surprises before we go?
Well, I think there was a couple surprises.
Coming up.
Last week I think the Michigan USC game kind of surprised me a bit.
Did.
Yeah, that's true.
It did.
That's true.
And last week as well, our adopted brother, our little brother, beat up on Purdue. And that's another kind of surprise in the Big Ten. I think we got some really big ball games this weekend. Besides the Duck game, there's the Alabama-Georgia game, which will probably be a knockdown, drag-out. And there might be some fingernails torn off of that one. So, I think there's some real good football coming our way.
There is. What do you think? Any surprises?
Well, no, I thought that USC, so really getting back to where the Pac-12 transitioned in the Big Ten, right there was a showcase of a Pac-12 team going on the road to a Big Ten team.
Yeah.
And it's a different environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Actually, to be honest, I thought USC was going to beat them.
I did
right?
too. I did too.
But the thing is, they do the time management. They run the ball. They get turnovers.
They ran the ball.
They definitely. I would say this moving forward. The 4 Pac-12s that we got going out there, their defense is going to have to get some turnovers because the Big Ten, they literally take away from you. They're going to figure it out.
So, in other words, we need our O-line on defense.
Well, we're looking good.
O-line offense.
I'm confident we're going to do well. I'm just hoping we get a little bit more ranked teams. I'm hoping when Illinois loses at Penn State, they're still ranked when we play them. Yeah. We really don't have a lot of ranked teams on the schedule. No. So you kind of want, Illinois to somehow stay in the top 25 when we play them.
Yeah.
You want Michigan to stay there. Almost like the BCS. Yeah. Remember the BCS? Yeah. You wanted as many teams to be ranked. This is a different format. Don't get me wrong. It's a different format. But you still want that kind of process.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't want it to be stagnant other than Ohio State and then go into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
You want something going on.
Yes.
And I do think November's weather out there, definitely at Wisconsin, at Wisconsin, at Michigan, that upper Midwest weather in November, that is going to offer a different element than going to even Colorado or Utah.
Yeah, that's true.
It is.
So next week, are we going to be in the feather bed and feeling really good about ourselves and looking forward to the next game, or are we going to be going, oh, man, that was a tough game. What happened? I'm going to go get on my feather bed. No, I don't know. I think we're going to, like these scores say, we're going to be in a positive place. I really believe that. But we do need the O-line to keep doing what they're doing, and so to do that, we want to encourage them by closing with a little song.
O-line. 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 Please be fine. O-line. Block it, knock 'em back. Never give a sack. O-line. All right, thank you for coming.
Please subscribe, like us. We're going to learn as we go, and we're going to keep growing. And
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a Bruin rug. No, we're going to beat them so bad, we're going to have a Bruin rug.
All right, see y'all later.
Have a good evening.
Yeah, like and subscribe, and make your comments so I can give this RoboCop keychain away. Not RoboCop. Robo Duck. All right, thank you. We are done. Close.